Welcome everybody to The World is a Mess, and I just went to steampunk it. This is episode 38. And I'm your host, Steampunk Starraisin of AmberStreet.com. I'm here in North Hollywood, California, USA, and I'm here also with my co-host Daniel Bertizan from Bellwood, Ontario, Canada.
Hi,
So what's oh wait, pardon me, I need to turn that light out.
So today is Saturday, October the 9th, 2021.
That's my little jerry-rigged lamp that I fixed, that I got out of the dumpster, and I use it to fix computers because it lightens up the area that I'm working on.
Oh yeah. Wow.
But yeah, the first order of business I wanted to talk about is this motherboard. I ordered this off of Goodwill, San Francisco, and it's a pretty good deal. It's 9 gigs of RAM. It's kind of an odd memory configuration. It's got three 2 gig sticks and 3 1 gig sticks. So it's 9 gigs of RAM running a triple channel. It's got a quad core i7, and I just got through installing a heatsink, but I got this for $50. It's an i7, I think, running at 2.66 gigahertz. It's a i7 960, I think. People think these are obsolete, but these computers actually could still game. This is depending on the graphics card that you add to it. And you can actually put a 6-core processor in this socket because it's a socket 1333. And it is a Rampage an Asus Rampage 2 Gene CG5290/DP motherboard. But pretty cool. It's almost like a work of art. That's why like this motherboard here is broken. That one's like I think it's a socket 939, and but it's beautiful. They're almost like a work of art. So even when they're broken, sometimes I like to hang them on the wall. But yeah, so I'm going to put this into a gaming PC and maybe see if I can try to sell it on eBay or either Etsy. I'll figure it out, or Facebook Marketplace. But I got to test it first. I haven't had a chance to test it today. But yeah, so. But yeah, I'm computer tech. I used to run a computer repair business back in Pensacola, Florida. Now I just do it as a hobby. But yeah, beautiful motherboard. This motherboard is a really good gaming motherboard. You can overclock it. And a lot of these older 1366 CPUs, that's the socket right there, are very overclockable if you have the right motherboard. So we shall see. Hopefully everything works. But the nice thing, at least with eBay, is you get buyer protection. So if it doesn't work, you can return it. I've already returned one thing that I had bought at Goodwill. I bought a bunch of hard drives. These were Western Digital Black. They would have been good hard drives if they worked. But when I hooked them up, they only showed up. They showed up as the model number of the hard drive, but it showed up as having 0 megabytes of space. So there was something wrong. They were clicking. There was something wrong with the disk platter, and they were bad. So I returned them and got my $50 back on that. But anywho, so moving on to the next topic, I figure I'd talk about that because sometimes I talk about computer tech stuff, sometimes I talk about politics, sometimes I talk about entertainment, sometimes I talk about the news. But anyway, so you were talking to me off camera. You wanted to talk about the last 2 What If episodes because we didn't do a review of episode 8 or episode 9 yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. What did you think about him?
I thought they were pretty good. I disagreed with Grace from Beyond the Trailer. She didn't like episode 8. She thought it was sexist, but that episode was written by a woman anyway. I didn't think it was sexist. It pertained to Party Thor and how he was kind of like an irresponsible teenager, and Thor's mom and all the women in his life, how he interacted with him and how he's different from the Thor that we know from the movies. And then that led up to the Ultron story, and I thought that was pretty cool. Who's that German guy that ended up? Oh, spoilers ahead,
Zola.
people. What?
I think Armin Zola.
Armin Zola. Okay. He appeared in Agent Carter. He also appeared in Captain America: Winter Soldier. So he's like a minor bit character, but in What If he became a major character. I thought that was pretty cool how he became like a computer virus, and when Black Widow hit him with Ultron with the arrow, he was able to hack into Ultron's brain and take over him. Kind of like the way Ultron hacked into Jarvis's brain and took over Jarvis, but then I think Tony Stark had the original source code and he was able to download it into the body that would become Vision. But in this universe, he had what would have become Vision's body, but in this universe, for whatever reason, he was able to complete his plans in conquering and destroying Earth and take over the body. And he looks like Vision, but he's not. He's Ultron, and he wears the armor of like Ultron. So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I kind of liked it how okay, so like they teamed up against Ultron. So like Zola was like yeah, so they got Zola, they uploaded him to an Ultron robot, and then they took out his legs because they didn't trust him.
Yeah.
But he did help them a little bit. So he was
he's basically a Nazi,
Yeah.
I mean, he's tied to Hydra,
yeah.
which was an offshoot of Nazism. And so
yeah, and then like, in the end, yeah. So, and then the last episode, like, yeah. So, like, okay, first of all, let me just say, what if Ultron won? That was an interesting universe, right? Where, what if Ultron won? Ultron went Skynet.
Yeah, and then episode 9 is what if the Watcher violated his oath.
So I'm like, wow, that Earth is completely gone. Like the last person on that planet is now what's her name? Black Widow, yeah, because Hawkeye, he went kamikaze against the Ultrons, right? So she's the only one left, and yeah, okay, I like it how in episode 9, what if the Watcher broke his oath? Did he break his oath? Did he break his oath? Because he kind of bent the rules. He didn't break them. He brought a bunch of people together to do the work, right? So he didn't really break the rules when you think about it. He just bent them, he brought them together. But it's weird. It's like, okay, so they were able to do it, and the Watcher could not. The Watcher's way more powerful than they are, right?
Well, the Watcher, if you notice, his abilities were more defensive. So he needed somebody with a team effort with it, because he couldn't defeat Ultron by himself.
Yeah, but he's still way more powerful than they are.
He's way more powerful than they are individually, but I think as a team, they were more powerful than the Watcher as a team.
Yeah, so and this whole battle between Ultron and the Guardians of the Multiverse, I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, the whole foreshadowing that Killmonger would betray everybody. He didn't really betray them. He just had a different idea, right? He wanted to restore everything. Okay, they did that in Secret Wars 2015, where the Beyonders,
you're all over the place. I'm not following you. I've lost you in the conversation.
Okay, so for example, like this. Okay, in Secret Wars 2015. They created something more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet, right? And you know how they say there's nothing more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet, except the one above all. Okay, but then in Secret Wars 2015, they created the Beyonders, which is not to be confused with the Beyonder. The Beyonder is just one person, whereas the Beyonders are like a bunch of alien dudes.
Wait. I wasn't aware Beyonders appeared in any of the Marvel MCU movies at all.
No. This was in Secret Wars 2015. They haven't.
Okay. I haven't read that, so
Yeah. So like they create. The point is they created something more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet, because in Secret Wars 2015 they were going around destroying the multiverse just to see if they can, just because they could. And the Illuminati tried to use the Infinity Gauntlet to stop them, to stop destroying universes, but it didn't work. So the Beyonders are obviously more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet, because the Infinity Gauntlet couldn't do a damn thing.
So you have the comics from 2015. You've read it?
No. I read it on the net.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what, those comics can be kind of expensive, like $50-$60 each, and I'm not made of money.
Depending on what condition. If you buy them in circulated condition, like in very good condition, like a comic book in very good condition is readable and it's completely intact, but it has some wrinkles and it's got some wear and it's obvious that it's been read a few times. Most comic books are, you'd be lucky if they're worth $1 even in mint condition, but it depends. If it's a particular storyline that's an important storyline, sometimes it can be worth more. Like the Crisis on Infinite Earth comics, some of those go for $50 to $100 each depending on what condition they're in. But you can often buy those. I used to also be a comic book collector, but you can often buy those comics in like very good condition, what they call reader copies, or you can buy them in good condition. Good condition's kind of beat up. Usually I prefer as a reader copy something in very good condition, because then it's looks good to present and doesn't look too beat up, and it's readable and very complete and a lot cheaper than buying something in near mint, which is always expensive if it's a key issue. But yeah.
So yeah.
So do you own any comic books at all, Daniel?
You know, my roof leaked in my room. So like one day, my roof started leaking, and it was leaking in my room. So we had to take out everything in my room, and all the books, all the cabinets, everything. And I think my mom threw away my comic books collection. So you know, I was like, oh, you know, that kind of
sucks.
sad.
Did you have any good comics? Like
I had a bunch of XMen comics. I had a bunch of
like how old are XMen comics?
Oh, I'm not sure. I got them in the 90s.
Oh, okay. They wouldn't have been worth that much.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it was good. You know, I had Spider-Man comics. You know, Sonic
I still have some Bronze Age and some Silver Age comics. They're more common. Maybe the next podcast I'll bring them out and I'll show you. But yeah, I have some comic books from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I have a few hundred left of my collection. I used to have a much bigger collection, but I sold most of it off when I desperately needed money when I was, moving out of my apartment in Echo Park or near Echo Park. But anyway, years ago. But so I still have a small collection, but it's mostly more common stuff. Most of the stuff that I have is like in very good condition or fine condition, and it's more common comics from the Silver Age and Bronze Age. Mostly Silver Age and Bronze Age comics. Most of them are only worth like $1 to $5 each, if I'm lucky. But you know, it's neat to have them because they're old. I might hang some of them up on my wall. I have some space here. I might rearrange some things and hang up some comic books there. I think it would look cool with everything else because it kind of shows my interest. But yeah. Cool. I didn't know that you had read that. I'll have to look that up. I know that they've done so many stories of Secret Wars because the first Secret Wars that came out in 1985 was very popular, and they just keep making sequels to it, and it kind of came convoluted over time.
Yeah.
Like Secret Wars 2 wasn't nearly as good as Secret Wars 1.
Yeah. But anyways, like I just like we know it's leading to Secret Wars, right? We're gonna get a version of Secret Wars in the MCU. I hope.
I heard they might do Secret Invasion. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of rumors floating around.
Yeah, but anyways, going back to the what if the Watcher broke his oath and he was going around collecting people from the multiverse. Okay.
Yeah, the Watcher, I have to admit, he's my favorite baby man.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's definitely my favorite baby man.
But this is what we're talking about. Remember in the episode, I was comparing this to Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Remember in Captain America: The Winter Soldier when Black Widow was kind of hitting on Captain America and she kind of asked him out. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, I'm not interested." And she's like, "Oh, are you too scared?" And he's like, "No, I'm too busy." And I'm like, "No, you know what? If that was Peggy Carter, you wouldn't say that. If that was Peggy Carter, you would say, sure, I would go out with you. But because it's Black Widow, you said no." That is like a double standard right there. And I know about double standards. Dude, I've been a victim of this my whole life. I know this.
Dude, you're just, okay. We've talked about this before as far as you're injecting yourself in the comic book topic, but you are isolated. You need to get your own place, not live with your parents and have to live under your parents' rules. If you get your own place, you can get on the internet, do dating service. But that's kind of off topic. That's beside the point.
Yeah, but I mean, this goes into the what if thing. Remember when Peggy Carter or Captain Carter and Black Widow were talking, and she was like, "Oh," like Black Widow was like, "Oh, Bernard from accounting is interested in you." And Peggy was like, "Ooh, nothing good ever follows the words Bernard and accounting," basically saying, "I'm not interested." Right? And then,
whatever, that's her right not to be interested as a character.
I know, but then Black Widow was like, "Oh yeah, but I bet if his name was Steve, you would say yes." Right? And I'm exactly the same thing. The whole double standard. Remember at the end of the episode?
What if
yeah,
Steve Rogers had a threesome with Peggy Carter and Black Widow?
That would be cool. So I'm like, yelling on my screen. I'm like, "Peggy Carter, you stupid bitch, you picky, stupid bitch." Okay. No, man, you must see how fucked up this is, right? She's like, she rejects the guy she doesn't even know before she even knows him.
Well, I don't know. She vaguely knows him. She made her opinion. No.
Yeah, but then when she sees Steve still alive, did you see how her face lit up? Ooh, Steve. I'm like,
what? Yeah, because she's in love with Steve.
And I'm just like, wow, fuck you, bitch. And I really don't like.
Hey, Daniel, don't be like that. You're ruining my podcast. Don't be like that.
I'm sorry for that, but I'm just like, whatever. But anyways, you know what?
Temper your anger. You need to channel your anger towards finding an apartment. Find your own apartment. Talk to your case manager.
No, yeah, no.
Focus on that. Channel your anger on that. Don't be like, I don't want to come off as misogynistic in this podcast. So don't temper your anger. Don't be all let's talk about what if. Let's not try to incorporate that into your personal life because you're making a false correlation.
I know that. I'm just talking with double standards. It just mixes in with this topic, but whatever. So now
everything in life has double standards. I tell you one thing, life ain't fair and it sucks, but that's just the way it is, and you got to make the best of it.
Yeah. So you know what? It was a good episode, man. I liked it. Don't you think that they defeated Ultron a little bit too easily?
I thought that, Baron, what's his name? Zolta?
Huh?
What, the guy that took over Ultron?
Oh, Armin Zola.
Armin Zola. Sorry, I'm bad with remembering names. Armin Zola. Yeah, I thought he took over Ultron a little bit too easy, but that's the problem with those episodes is they were only 30 minutes long, so it's really hard to flesh out a story in only 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so
I mean,
now
they're not
Armin Zola,
perfect. They're not perfect, but they're, they do have some flaws, but it was entertaining.
yeah, so now Armin Zola is now Ultron. And remember, okay, so in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, we did see like well, not pictures, but like concept art of what is going to happen in the movie. Oh, excuse me, one second. Anyways, we saw concept art, and in this concept art, we see the X-Men universe. We see Ultron robots going into the X-Men universe, and we see Patrick Stewart's Professor X facing off against Ultron robots. But if Ultron is gone, Ultron is gone. Who is it going to be? I think it's going to be Zola.
Well, there could be Ultron. What's going on?
God damn, you scared me.
What did I do?
Daniel, what's going on?
I just walked into your room, buddy.
I'm sorry, I got scared for a second.
You got scared of what? Who scared you?
My brother walked in. He didn't even give me a warning. He just walked in. All I heard is
Tell him you're broadcasting live on the internet.
All I heard is someone coming up from behind me burping, and I got scared.
Okay.
Jesus, bastard.
Anyways, take a breath. You'll be okay.
So anyways, yes. Okay, so yeah, we see the X-Men universe. I really hope they give it a designation. Do you love it when they give universes designations?
Sure.
Yeah, like for example, Earth 89, 65, whatever, give some number, whatever. So yeah, I like it when they give universes designations and shit like that. So yeah, we see Ultron robots facing off against Professor X.
Where do you see that? Where do you see that?
They were concept arts, and I saw it somewhere. I don't remember where, but I saw it. And,
yeah, but they didn't show it in the actual show.
No. This is for Multiverse of Madness, the movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of rumors, a lot of gossip, a lot of things don't make the final cut before it's by the time it's edited. They often edit stuff out. So who knows?
So it's awesome, so this is probably Zola in Ultron's body because Ultron is gone, right? So this is probably Zola trying to, maybe he escaped.
There's many versions of Ultron because there's many different parallel universes. Who knows? When you talk about time travel and parallel universe, there's literally anything is possible. The multiverse is your oyster. Go for it.
So it's gonna be really, really good. I liked it. I like it. It's gonna be good. And the same thing with the Flashpoint movie. We're gonna see all these universes again. This is why I like this. I like these movies. 2022 is gonna be the year of the multiverse, and it's gonna be awesome. And yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So, it's great talking to you about this because, I was talking to a guy about this and he blocked me and, I can't.
Well, we talked about it last podcast. Yeah. You went on a DC podcast and started talking Marvel. It isn't always about you, Daniel. It's about, interactions with other people. And, if somebody's doing a DC only podcast, then you probably should respect that.
Yeah, I know that, but it's not about that. It's about I forgot, and I got confused for a second there. So whatever,
What is what it is. Like I said last time, probably not a good friend if he wasn't willing to talk to you about it.
Yeah. So yeah, so
blocking you.
It's all so man, there's so much. Like for example, I watched the Injustice movie. You haven't seen the Injustice movie, have you? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on Skype right now if you want to see it.
What is that?
It's based off the game Injustice, where the Joker kills Superman.
I mean, I might check it out. I'm busy right now. After the podcast, I got stuff to do. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Wait,
There you go.
What's going on? Is some drama going down?
No.
Okay. I just heard voices.
So yeah,
Cool.
it's
I'll
all
check
good.
it
So
out
yeah,
sometime.
we talked about what if. We talked about what's his name? Yeah, DC a little bit. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Michael Keaton again. He's my favorite Batman. Who's your favorite Batman?
The Christopher Nolan Batman.
Oh, you like Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
I
gonna be in
don't
the
like
movie, too.
I don't like the rise of or I don't like the Dark Knight Rises, but I love the Dark Knight and I love Batman Begins. The Dark Knight Rises, I didn't like the way they handled Bane. I didn't like the way they handled Catwoman, and it seemed like an incomplete ending.
Yeah, well, he ran away. He ran away with Catwoman.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But we all thought that he died in that explosion inside the bat plane or whatever, the bat tank plane thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then we found out it was like what, autopilot or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's they're trying to get Christian Bale to come back. I don't know if he will. But you know what? I heard that they wrapped up production today on the Flash movie, or at least one part of it. I don't know.
Who knows? Does gossip abound?
So yeah, it's really exciting, Yeah, but are you gonna watch the Robert Pattinson Batman?
Probably not. I'm not that interested.
Yeah, it's like Earth 2. It's Earth 2 Batman.
I think Robert Pattinson, because he's known for Twilight, it's like the worst actor you could get to play Batman, in my opinion. And Batman looks a little weird, and I didn't really get a good vibe out of the trailer, so I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it. No,
it's not that good. I mean, yeah, just I never liked Robert Pattinson because remember back in the day, all the girls were like, "Oh my god, he's so cute," and they were like, "Oh."
Well, I've only seen the first Twilight movie, and it's just incredibly cheesy and contrived and creepy and unintentionally creepy.
You said that in the vampires sparkle or something in that movie.
Well, yeah, that was really weird take on vampires, and I know it's based on the books that were popular, but they haven't done any Twilight movies in years. I think the last one was like 2012 or 2011. So, part of the reason why Twilight fell apart, why they haven't made any new movies, is because the two lead actors broke up. They were dating in real life, and then they broke up.
Yeah, you told me like she went to bed with a director to advance her career.
Yeah.
But did her career advance? I don't think so. What is she doing? Nothing.
I mean, she got bit parts in like indie films. It is what it is.
Yeah. No, she did Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, and that movie bombed.
Yeah, I heard that.
It lost money. It was a big budget bomb. But yeah, I mean, anyway, we got to wrap up. We're out of time. Thank you, Daniel, for joining me. This is Steampunk Starraisin of The World is a Mess, and I just want to steampunk it. Episode 38. You have a nice day, and I will see you 25 billion years of will.